He taught theology at the University of Paris and served as its rector. He played a key role in advocating for an end to the Great Schism in the Church. His name is Pierred'Ailly. Pierred'Ailly, born in Compiègne in the 14th century, was a prominent figure in the intellectual and religious circles of his time. As a young scholar, he studied at the prestigious Collège de Navarre in Paris, where he excelled in his studies and became involved in university affairs. Known for his brilliance and eloquence, d'Ailly quickly gained recognition and attracted notable pupils such as Jean Gerson and Nicholas of Compiègne. During the Great Schism of the Church in the late 14th century, d'Ailly played a crucial role in seeking a resolution. He ardently supported the idea of a general council to end the schism and even presented a proposal to the King's Council. However, the government's opposition forced him into temporary retirement in Noyon, where he expressed his views through a satirical work. But d'Ailly's retirement was short-lived, as he later resurfaced as a leading figure in the University of Paris. He spearheaded the university's efforts to remove John Blanchard as chancellor, accusing him of abuse of office before the Avignon antipope Clement VII. This successful endeavor elevated d'Ailly's status, and he was appointed as the king's almoner and confessor. Additionally, he became the chancellor of Notre Dame de Paris, solidifying his influence and position within the university. Despite his accomplishments, d'Ailly faced some skepticism due to his association with the Avignon antipope Benedict XIII. Some questioned his motives and impartiality, given the numerous benefices he held. This suspicion, along with his diverging views on the resolution of the schism, led to his exclusion from crucial discussions on unity within the university. Pierred'Ailly's story is one of intellectual prowess, political maneuvering, and religious conviction. His involvement in the Great Schism and his efforts to secure the removal of Chancellor Blanchard showcased his determination to bring about change. However, his associations and actions also raised doubts among his peers. As the documentary unfolds, we delve deeper into the life and philosophical concepts of Pierred'Ailly, exploring his legacy and the impact he had on the intellectual landscape of his time. Pierred'Ailly, a prominent figure in the ecclesiastical realm, had a flourishing career. After his time in Le Puy, he was appointed as the Bishop of Noyon and later became the Bishop of Cambrai. This elevated him to the status of a prince in the Holy Roman Empire. However, his journey to assume his new position was far from easy. In order to claim his new episcopal see, d'Ailly had to confront the wrath of Philip, the Duke of Burgundy. He also had to overcome resistance from the clergy and bourgeoisie, and even face an armed attack from several lords. Luckily, his protector, the Duke of Orleans, ensured that he received his investiture from Wenceslas, the King of the Romans. Despite being a supporter of the Pope of Rome, Wenceslas saw an opportunity to send d'Ailly as his emissary to argue with the Pope of Avignon. The mission had a crucial objective: to convince Pope Benedict to abdicate, as the necessity of this action was becoming increasingly apparent. However, it seems that d'Ailly's language during this encounter lacked decisiveness. Regrettably, his efforts did not yield the desired outcome. From this point forward, d'Ailly dedicated most of his energy to addressing the schism that plagued the Church. While initially hesitant to embrace the conciliar solution to the schism, d'Ailly eventually began participating in councils by 1409. His involvement in these gatherings aimed to find a resolution to the division within the Church. Throughout his career, d'Ailly's commitment to navigating the challenges of the ecclesiastical world remained unwavering. Pierred'Ailly, a prominent figure in the ecclesiastical world, found himself entangled in the schismatic pressures of his time. In 1403, France sought to exert violent pressure on Pope Benedict XIII, urging him to yield to their obedience. Despite his attachment to the Pope, d'Ailly, influenced by the actions of the kingdom, advocated for the restoration of obedience. He even embarked on an embassy to Benedict, taking the opportunity to offer friendly congratulations and valuable advice. 2 years later, d'Ailly preached a sermon in Genoa, which led to the establishment of the Festival of the Holy Trinity in the countries under the obedience of Avignon. However, at the Ecclesiastical Council in Paris in 1406, d'Ailly worked tirelessly to prevent another withdrawal from obedience. Even though he defended Benedict XIII on the orders of King Charles VI, he faced attacks from the University Party. In 1407, d'Ailly, along with his disciple Gerson, joined a significant embassy sent by the princes to the two pontiffs. During their time in Italy, d'Ailly made earnest yet futile attempts to persuade the Pope of Rome to relocate near his rival, hoping that both popes would abdicate. However, his efforts were met with disappointment, and he returned to his diocese of Cambrai at the start of 1408. Despite his loyalty to Benedict, his reluctance to join the French clergy in ratifying the Royal Declaration of Neutrality provoked the anger of Charles VI's government. An arrest order was issued, although it was not carried out.
Do you want to explore more philosophers? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.